Gene Deal spills the shocking truth about Biggie's mom and Diddy's betrayal. You won't believe what he said next. Stay tuned, because it's about to get real.
Gene Deal, happy to have you back.
Man, you took it long. You took a long time, man. I was about to believe that you ain't want me on your show no more, bro.
Nah, man, I had to bring you back. You a fan favorite, man.
Yeah, to some people. What's going on, man? How you doing? Everything good?
Just grinding, man, trying to make this money. But if you don't mind me asking, what's that bottle, yo, on the side of you?
Oh man, this is Wanted, a Kentucky bourbon that is produced for me, and it's my own bourbon that was given to from my man Vinny, some Italians that I deal with, and Bugatti of New York City. They got my picture on this joint, bruh. In the back is several different bottles. This is the Bonnie and Clyde. We're gonna have the El Chapo. We're gonna also, they own the Billy the Kid. They own a lot of different labels, and it's gonna be called Wanted. And they gave it to me, and it's my own bourbon, man. I'm gonna be producing it and marketing it, bruh. So
Oh, snap, Gene Deal in the liquor game now. I know this ain't got nothing to do with what the initial video is for, but he got to plug himself on there. So big shout out to Gene Deal on that new venture.
it was another thing, man. But being on the Art of Dialogue bring you that kind of attention, and I got my own bourbon now. Thank you, and thank you to the people from out there who put it all together and have me promoted, man. Being blessed.
Yes, indeed. Congrats, man. But I gotta ask you before we get into anything, Big Mom, how you feel about her passing away?
Man, man, I was heartbroken because she passed away, you know what I'm saying, like Miss Jones did. That was Anthony Wolf's mother. Right before her son's birthday. And Miss Wallace passed right before the anniversary of Big's death. You know what I'm saying? So
I knew that was coincidental. I was wondering. I knew March 9th was his day, and then I just remember his mom passing not too long before that date came up. So yeah, man.
I was just heartbroken because I'm thinking that she didn't want to see another anniversary of her son's death, and she didn't get the justice that she is due. And it was heartbreaking to see that she had passed before she could see the outcome of Diddy's trial, the outcome of Keefe D's trial, to see if this dude Diddy is the monster that he has shown by all the different lawsuits, by all the different charges and the allegations against him. So it was just heartbreaking, man, to see Miss Wallace pass like that. I had just talked to her about a month or so ago, and she gave me her blessings to keep doing what I was doing. She even said, yo, Gene, I watch you. Yo, you're doing a good job. You understand? I said, do you watch me or do you watch the Art of Dialogue, Miss Wallace? She laughed and everything like that, man. But she was she was, to hear her give me her blessings and tell me to keep going and keep doing, put a battery in my back, bruh. So I don't have no problems. Can't nobody say nothing to me. Can't nobody.
So basically, in a nutshell, what it sounds like to me is that Biggie's mom had gave him the blessing on the exposing that he was doing, because maybe deep down in her heart, she felt like there was some betrayal between Diddy with her son.
They can say whatever they want to say to me. Big's mother told me to keep going. Big mother's told me to do what I'm doing. Big mother gave me her blessing before she died. Got it on my man John paperwork, Countdown John had it on tape and everything. So man, listen here, bro. It's hard, man, to see these women not get the justice that they need, for their heart. And I just believe, man, you know, she may have been sick, but she probably died of a broken heart, bruh. She probably died of a broken heart, man. And she didn't want to see another March 9th. And I just hope God bless her soul.
Yeah, that's heartbreaking to hear, man. You know, her dying without knowing who killed her son. Yeah, that's terrible, man. And I'm hearing that, you know, big catalog, they trying to sell that. You know anything about that?
Yeah. Yo, it is crazy because knowing this lady was sick and she was in hospice, bruh, these guys, Wayne Barrows and Mark Pitts, went on and started working out deals, you know, to allegedly sell Big's publishing, his marketing, all his rights to everything Notorious Big. And I think the company Pave, who have Tina Turner, Whitney Houston, Luther Vandross, they have a lot of other people publishing and everything like that. They are working out a deal for them. Because it ain't for Miss Wallace. It ain't for Big's kids. And the article that I read, the executives of that is Wayne Barrow and Mark Pitts. Those are the dudes that Puff put into play with them. I can't believe this. These are the dudes that when Big died, they took over the the marketing and the publishing and everything. And what I mean by the marketing and publishing, anything that had to do with Big's business, Miss Wallace didn't know nothing about the music business. It was Mark Pitts and Wayne Barrows and them that managed Big, that took over that thing for him, but they were Puff boys. I guess it paid off because now they looking to get 100 to 150 million on this whole thing. They looking to get 150, 100.
And then the crazy part is that they ain't even got to break bread with nobody. Because like he said, it doesn't make mention of the daughter. It doesn't make mention of his kids. You know, his mom ain't here no more. So who's really going to gain from that estate?
To 150 million, bro. It didn't say nothing about Big's kid, CJ, Tatiana, or it didn't even say nothing. You know, it ain't say nothing about Faith. But they about to get paid. And they were placed there. And we talked about that on the Art of Dialogue several times, man. This is crazy, man. Yo, it's just sad, bro. It's sad. But like they say, it is what it is.
So the people she has around her is in cahoots with Diddy. They only around her for his benefit.
Well, listen here, bro. With the knowledge I gave Miss Wallace on the week of what happened to Big when he got murdered, on the knowledge I gave her, she was supposed to be suing Arista and Bad Boy Records. She was supposed to be suing them because they was responsible for Big's safety. Arista should have gave Big enough security knowing it was the East Coast, West Coast war at that time. Bad Boy was supposed to be given East Coast. They knew it was an East Coast, West Coast war at that time. Bad Boy was supposed to be giving him enough security. Big had one LAPD and he had Paul Offord. Come on, man. Everybody know Paul wasn't going to bust a grape in a wine factory. That was Big security. So that whole thing, bro, those guys led her wrong. She never went after Puff like she was supposed to. And Miss Wallace knew. She knew she could not trust Puff. If you look at all the pictures, all the events, Miss Wallace stayed far away from her. She's far away from him. Her spirit would not let her get close to him like that. She knew he might have had something to do with her son's death. And now she's taking it to her grave, bro. Sad, bro. It's sad. And these dudes about to get paid from that, from sticking around.
Disgusting, man.
Yes, sir.
Yo, man, I'm saying, you heard it out of his mouth. I think Gene Deal really gives his thoughts on the whole situation just like the rest of us. But I would know that he would have more firsthand knowledge of things and keeping intact with that whole situation because he was deeply rooted in it. But my whole thing is like, first of all, Big shouldn't have never been in LA. That's the first thing. It was just too soon and it was too touchy for people in LA. We had just lost Pac 6 months prior, and that just wasn't enough time. So if anybody's going to be to blame, I'm going to say Puff, Diddy, whatever y'all want to call him, Love, whatever. It was him who wanted Big to be out there on the West Coast. It was him allegedly that didn't want Biggie because Biggie wasn't even supposed to be in LA, first of all. So I know I'm talking about Biggie and it's about his mom, but it just all ties to that. But he shouldn't have never been out there, and that's all Puff, And Mrs. Wallace had every right to feel how she felt about Diddy. I don't even think, according to the movie, she didn't really like him anyway to begin with. You know what I mean? And then just to live with those years of wondering if this guy really has something to do with your child's death, and then for you to leave the earth and you never going to know now if he did or not. It's a sad situation, and if Diddy really did have something to do with that, he getting everything that he got coming to him right now. That's why he's in the situation he is, because I could really see him doing that. And even though they said Kim Porter's book was fake, they came back and said it was fake, and they say it was fake because it was written by a white guy or whatever the case may be, as if some people she didn't know couldn't have slid him all the info and he wrote the book. But they ruled that out as fake. But I promise you, when I read that book or heard the audio book on that, for me it tied up a lot of loose ends that we had questions to. So that's just a hard one, man. Man, how do y'all feel about this one? Is this another situation where Diddy is reigning supreme by putting his boys in place to manage Biggie, knowing that he shouldn't have been? That was a conflict of interest anyway because they worked for Bad Boy. So it was a conflict of interest for them to manage him. But then at the end of it, they, kind of kept her away from going at Diddy the way that he should have been going at as far as her son. She might have been able to get a wrongful death lawsuit against them or anything, but they did her just like LAPD did her. They spunt her. And then after she dies, now they got a deal on the table for $150 million to sell off his likeness. Come on, man. You know what I mean? They still winning. But how do you feel about it? Let's talk about it in the comments section. Hey, yo, this is your boy Kaotic One. This right here is the YouTube channel KMHP TV. Hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell to be alerted. Make sure it turns colors though, to be alerted to all videos like this one right here we drop. You know what I'm saying? Until the next video, I'm gonna holler at you.